Hi everyone, my name is Voya and welcome to mydeepguide. It's finally here. My Boox Note Air has finally arrived this morning. Let's check it out. Well, here it finally is. It made the gruesome journey of the final 9 kilometers. It took 4 days for it to complete the journey, but finally it's here. Hooray! And we are, of course, talking about the Boox Note Air. So Note Air is, as you probably well know by now, it's the latest 10.3 e-ink tablet coming from Boox. And basically, yeah, it supports the same OS version 3 with the new features that they covered in Max Lumi and all that kind of stuff. And it also supports the HD Carta screen with the same resolution, 1872 by 1404, all of these kinds of things. However, the thing that everybody's interested in is, how does it stack compared to Remarkable? But for now, we're gonna just do the unboxing and the first impressions, including the writing experience first impressions. Then I'm gonna do a in-depth review, and then finally we're gonna do a comparison between the two. So let's start unboxing. Okay, it slides open, and I guess we now just shake it open. It finally is here, and actually, surprisingly, the color is pretty much exactly the same as on the images. Usually, there's always some differences, but this is fairly sweet. So, one screen protector. I thought that I was gonna get two, but yeah, okay. One screen protector. I'm not sure if, wow, this is light and thin. Wow, okay. Wait, I'm gonna have to pay attention to this, but this is very, very interesting. We get the quick start guide and the warranty card. So this is the new Boox pen. It's flat on one side. I guess that's where it actually attaches to everything. It feels kind of sharper actually at the tip. Maybe that's just an impression, but it does feel a little bit sharper. Then we have like a X here on the bottom, I guess the Boox kind of thing. And that's it. It's just kind of ribbed here on the sides so that you have better traction. Feels way more better quality than the standard Boox pen. It's nothing that blows me away in first impressions, but way, way better than the default horrible little cheap pen that comes unfortunately with Max Lumi, which I totally don't get. But yeah, and I think the whole new range of Note 3 Nova 3 as well, which is kind of weird if they already have this. But we'll see how it performs. First impressions in hand, it feels good. It feels perfectly good and much better than the original. And we also get the USB-C cable. So here are the contents of the package, what you get as standard with the Onyx Boox Air. You get the device itself, you get the warranty and quick start guide, the pen, and the data cable. Basic, but sufficient. Oh, and you get the screen protector. In my case, I got one screen protector, but that's fine because I'm not going to be using it most likely. Alright, so now let's focus on the thing that matters. So first things first, I'm gonna unwrap this. I just gotta figure out, I guess, on the side first. Yeah, I can just slide it out. Alright, so here it is. And it feels, because it's all metal and glass on top, it really feels like a premium device. There's no question about it. I mean, there's just something about the rounded edges and everything else that is like that. Of course, there are similarities with the Remarkable 2, but then again, Remarkable 2 has similarities with an iPad and a Samsung tablet, so, you know, it's there's only so many places and so many designs that can encompass this type of technology, but yeah. So for me, I don't care who rips off from who, as long as we end up with awesome looking products and good quality looking products like this and Remarkable 2 are. I really don't care because yeah, this rocks. So this looks really, really good. I love the color. I really love the color and the combination here. It's very, very funky. On the front, we have the 10.3 ink HD Carta screen, I think it is. And this is, it says that it's glass. And I'll have to, yeah, this feels like a glass, and I'll have to double check, because everywhere it does actually say that it's glass, but it doesn't feel that much like glass. Definitely not like Note 2, for example, which was super glassy, or any of the iPads or other tablets. I mean, it's nowhere near that category. So that's a very good first impression for me, because everybody is concerning about that, myself included. Is it going to be too glassy or not? The screen is totally, or the front surface is totally flush all the way, which I love. It's super thin. It's really, really thin and freaking cool. This just looks really, really funky. The manufacturing details are new level for Boox, I would say, because this is really, really precise and super, super fancy. So absolutely something that most definitely works for me. And I love how this actually looks, and the overall design, especially with the orange little details. They, I think, fit very, very nicely with the overall design and the color. So the layout is, on the front we have the screen, and we have this side thing, which no, it is not a copy of a Remarkable 2. It's actually a requirement of the new 10.3 e-ink HD Carta screen. They have the electronics here on the side, so it has to be either there or there. Or they have to be super wide equally on the both sides. Then we have the Boox logo on the top, nothing on the bottom. We have equal width of the bezel on the sides, so that it can work not in a distracting way as a 10.3-inch screen, should you choose to do so, and if you actually have a docking station. So on the left hand side we have everything. We have the power button, we have the USB-C, and the speakers. I think this is just mono speakers, and a microphone port is here. So no stereo speakers here, but you do have a microphone as well. Nothing on the top, nothing on the right side, and nothing on the bottom. Because it's metal and glass and all that kind of stuff, there is no mention of any kind of bend or anything like that. It feels very, very solid, and it feels like a super high quality premium product. I mean, it really, really does. So yeah, as far as the build quality and the design goes, the first impressions at least, I'm very, very happy. And this is my own personal purchase, so doubly so. It makes me very, very happy that this is an awesome looking device and feels good in the hand too. So, all right, let's power it up and see what we get, because the main thing that we want to try out is how does this pen feel on this screen? Let's see. Let's power it up. All right. And the front light is there as well, so that's another thing that people were looking for. And let's first set up the language and stuff that I need. Yeah, we'll set that up automatically. Alright, fine. Very, very responsive so far. Let's go. I think it's gonna be calibration now. So, top. Alright, let's calibrate it. Confirm, all good. Very, very snappy. Extremely snappy indeed. So let's see here, this moves normally. Okay, everything seems to be normal and fine. The magnet is... So the magnet is around here, but it kind of allows you to do it either way. And I guess you can do it on this... No, it's other polarity. Oh, you can do it here. Weirdly, this is where the magnet is strongest. So here on the side, it's very, very loose. I mean, this is super loose. It doesn't seem like it's been designed for, even though it does look like it on the images, to me, my personal impression is that, yeah, this is way too weak. This is gonna fall off. On the top, there's nothing to get to. But when I pop it here, then it's very, very strong. So for me, personally, I wish it worked better when it was on the side. This is very, very flimsy, and this is gonna fall off all the time pretty much so, because I probably can do just, yes, I can just shake the device and it will fall off. However, when I snap it down here, let's try and see if it's gonna slip off. Well, yeah, I have to shake a lot harder than on the side here. So this doesn't look great and is certainly a little bit inconvenient, so not the best. Definitely I wish this was done better, especially here. It kind of works, but it's super loose. Oh, this is fun. Cool. Anyway, I wish it just stuck much better than there. So, not great, the magnet stuff, not great. I expected it to be stronger and a bit better, and definitely it's a lot better on Remarkable. However, I'm not going to go into the full review, as I said. Nope, I'm not going to log in. The very first thing that I'm going to do is to do the writing test and to see what the first impressions are regarding the writing experience. So, yes, it does feel glassy. It's super fast, so very, very, very fast, much quicker than the initial impression is that it's much quicker than Note 2 and Nova 2. This feels as fast as Max Lumi, which basically means that this should be on par as far as latency goes, at least with Remarkable 1, if not even a little bit quicker. And the Desta test will actually show that, so we'll be able to see. The pen itself feels okay, but because we are writing on glass with a very, very kind of this type of a nib, which is, I don't know what's it like, it's a very sharp. I don't get the squeakiness that people mentioned, so but I don't get any kind of sound because it's glass, so you can actually hear here the sound of writing, or the absence of sound of writing on Note Air. So yeah, there's no mention of having a papery feel or a papery sound or anything like that. However, it is better, for me at least, it feels better than writing on traditional glass type of panels. And more importantly, the distance between the tip and the stroke that's being written, I'm gonna try and zoom in so that you guys can actually see that. This is the amount of disconnect that you can actually see here between the tip and the stroke that's being written. Now, to be fair, in normal writing, under normal angles, you really don't notice this type of thing. So it's not something that's bothering me at all, and I think it's perfectly fine. But yeah, I just wanted to show so that you guys can see what are we talking about and what the discrepancy is. All right, so let's try the Remarkable marker from Remarkable 2. First of all, I'm gonna see if it can hook up to the side. No, the polarity is different, and it's not the magnet in the pen itself. It's actually the magnet here, in that configuration of magnets here that doesn't work. And obviously this guy has two magnets. They have it here, and Remarkable probably has it just in one place. Yeah, looks like just in here is the strong remarkable magnet, so then it just stands like this. Can it stick on the side? Yes, strongly as well. So that's definitely there, but yeah, not a great option, because ultimately it's the configuration of the magnets in the device itself that's not as good as on the Remarkable 2, hence the pen doesn't really stick that well. It looks great when you do this, but you know, it's very easy to get it off. Now, the more important thing is to see how does it feel, and does the Remarkable 2 marker work on the pad, and does that improve the writing experience? And boy, oh boy, yes it does. I'm very happy about this, because the difference is really, really big. Let me just double check so that I'm sure. All right, I am sold and I'm happy. The default pen is, yeah, it's a nice redesign, but if the nibs from the Remarkable 2 fit onto this one, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, because the difference in writing feel with a better nib is really, really substantial. So, and for me, it's not just the feeling itself. Obviously, the feeling is really, really important, and there's a huge, that's the first thing that happens, but also you get a little bit of sound. So I'm just going to do sound recording with the Remarkable 2 pen, or more importantly, Remarkable 2 nib. This makes me very, very happy, because it's a super simple thing. I like how this feels, and it's good enough that it stands there the way it does. I'll just replace the nib. I won't be using this default nib because it just doesn't feel right. I really don't like how the default one feels, and the difference is huge. It feels super glassy and I think misleading. A proper, more balanced, softer pen definitely makes a huge difference, at least for me, a huge difference in the writing experience, first impressions that is. And this is without the screen protector, because I don't use them. I simply don't use them. For me, I want this to work the way it does, and it does. So, first impressions, awesomeness. It does what I wanted it to do. It looks excellent, it feels great, and I can't wait to actually start using it, and yeah, doing the in-depth review for you guys and seeing if this is finally going to become my go-to device for everything, because that's what I'm trying to find, an all-in device. I already know that the Boox has by far my favorite reader. The writing was my biggest kind of fear. Totally different story for me, at least, once I started using the Remarkable 2 nib. So I'm guessing with other nibs as well, it's gonna feel good and better, and the screen protector will just make it even better. However, I won't be using the screen protector, but this is what I was hoping for and looking for, and so far I'm very, very happy with this. I got so excited how this felt with the Remarkable 2 pen, and it actually worked better than I expected, that I forgot that I need to do the Boox cover as well. So let's do that. Now I know that already some people are complaining about the stickers thingy, but I understand that, I totally do, but I have to say that every single Boox cover, most of them actually, have used that method, and it actually works. And no, it's not stuck for all eternity. You can unstick it quite easily and re-stick it back. So as far as I'm concerned, that works. The only thing that really kind of doesn't work for me is that idea of the pen holder. That just talk about an afterthought. So let's see. This is the cover. What I feel is that it's very different compared to the Remarkable 2. I think they serve a little bit different purposes, because this one's more like a rubberized kind of feel on top, and that's, I think, a little bit more sturdy, but feels a little bit more tacky for my taste, at least. The Remarkable 2 one, the textile folio that I have feels a little bit more refined, rustic and things like that, but I like the design of the line here, which basically looks like a notebook. So one of the things that I also heard people say is like, oh, these magnets are really weak. Well, I would imagine so, because they are not magnets. These are simply dampening little feet that are not there to keep the lid closed. They're not magnets, they're just dampeners, not to damage your device. These are the sticking kind of tape thingies that you unstick this and then you stick the device to it, and no, it is not stuck there for all eternity. It's just a kind of mounting method that you may like or may dislike. It's up to you, but I am going to put the device in, so I'm just gonna carefully align the edges here. This should be good. When you press, don't press too hard on the screen. Press on the edges there and actually press on the back here. So this is now the device in the Flippo cover with one obvious thing. It's like, where do you put the pen? Well, you know, this clearly isn't good enough for the magnet is not strong enough for your pen, so you're going to be losing it. For me, this is strong enough because it's going to be on the table like all the time, and I'm just going to reach for it and use it. So for me, this works, and I'm not going to use this simply because it just doesn't make any sense. It's really ugly. It's clearly like, talk about an afterthought. It's like, hey, the magnet thing didn't really work out. We got to do something. How about we do this? How about no? However, the rest of it feels good. Added weight, yes, there is some. So as a whole package, it's on the weightier side, but it's not brickish. It's a little bit heavier, but not a deal breaker yet. So how does this open? Well, we have the auto wake up functionality, which is great. The flip around is properly done, which I like. So there's enough length here to actually make it work properly. And it also has this bend here so that you can use it like this. And this, I think, is really cool, especially if you pair it up with a Bluetooth keyboard, and then you actually have a very interesting setup that can work together. So this becomes a little station basically that you can work with. So that's something that I like, and I'm willing to go along with the shortcomings of this Flippo cover, as this for example, in order to actually have this, something that I don't have on the Remarkable. And this is extremely useful, again, especially when combined with the hardware keyboard. Yes, the pen could have been solved differently, I believe so, and again, it's a little bit disappointing to see that other nibs will improve the product's functionality so significantly, but hey, at least we have that option. I think it has the sleep functionality. Yes, it does, and wake up as well. Excellent. Another thing that Remarkable does not have. So that's it for now. All right, I gotta say that I am very pleasantly surprised with the first impressions of this device. Yes, some of the things are obviously off, like the magnet and the pen itself, and it seems like the Boox people, because they stuck to that same pen for a very long time, I think they missed an opportunity here, and you can definitely see it when they attempted to design a new pen, because it's kind of silly that you finally redesign a new pen, and the main thing that kind of affects the writing feel, which for me and many others is the decisive factor between Note Air and Remarkable 2, it's kind of weird that the main put-off, at least for me and first impressions, is the actual feel of the default pen. As soon as I switched to the Remarkable 2 pen, it was a whole different story, and suddenly the device fell into a category of its own and something that I was hoping that it would be. So I tried in the meantime to simply just put in the Remarkable nib into the new pen, but they're not compatible by default, and the new nib, it has different length and there's like a narrowing down towards the end, so the default nibs are not compatible with the pen, which is again like why? But yeah, I'm in a lucky position where I do have a different pen with a different nib, and that actually works for me. However, more than other devices, I think that Note Air really requires us as a community to investigate and find what's the best combination and which nibs are compatible and which pen fits it best, because the difference is huge. And unfortunately for me, first impressions is that the default pen is not good enough. But the good news is that as soon as you switch to a different, better quality nib and more resistance nib, the writing experience elevates several classes above. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. Other than that, I love the build quality, I love the design and how it feels and how it is in the hand. So yeah, I can't wait to spend time with it and bring you guys the in-depth review. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and consider becoming an official Patreon, because there's lots of behind the scenes videos, kind of vloggy type of stuff that users seem to appreciate. So, and not only do you get that extra little bit of content, but you also support the mydeepguide platform so that I can grow further and bring you more devices and better reviews. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!